If you're thinking about buying the new KOSAS Revealer Skin Improving Foundation SPF25, there's a ton of buzz out there. I have 5 things I want you to know before you buy. Watch this. Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm Britt, creator of The Style Shaker, your guide to cleaner, greener beauty, skincare, and beyond. I try all these products out for you so you have a better idea of what to buy and more importantly, what not to buy. Today I'm talking about the KOSAS Revealer Foundation. It's new, everybody's loving it, so you want to know if you want to buy it. I'm going to tell you 5 things that you need to know, like I mentioned. I'm going to run through them pretty quickly. If you like seeing honest reviews like this and you want to keep seeing more, don't forget to take 2 seconds, hit that like button. All right, let's dive into the review. I purchased this product, no one's paying me to say the following. I've been testing it for about 2 weeks, and this is review number 538, so I've tried a bunch. First thing I want you to know, all about ingredients. So you've got a lot of skincare options in here. You've got the hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, peptides, squalane. I like to say squalane, but I think it's squalane. Not everybody's gonna want that in their foundation, but if you do, if you like it, great. Just consider what you're already using for skincare. You don't really want to overdo certain things. Just keep that in mind. I am not a cosmetic chemist, never claimed to be. Check out the disclaimer. But I do call out things that I think are really great or potential red flags. I'm seeing the called out key ingredients higher up on the list, which always makes me happy. Sometimes they're like buried at the bottom. The claim here is pretty extensive. It's supposed to, and I quote, visibly brighten, soothe, calm, even skin tone, balance skin's ideal oil and moisture levels, plump, firm, and hydrate. That's a lot. That's a lot for one foundation to do. I'll talk about at the end whether or not I'm seeing any of that. I did use it for only 2 weeks. I think it takes a little bit longer if we're talking skincare, but I'll get there. After all of that, I'm really not seeing any red flags. Just make sure you check what you're using already in your routine and if it's going to interact with anything inside of this product. The next thing I want to talk about is application. How does this apply? Well, there are 36 shades to choose from here, which is a ton of shades, which I'm very, very happy about. Oh, you know what? I forgot to add that it's supposed to be very good for sensitive and acne-prone skin types based off of the ingredients. Sorry, just putting that little plug in there. But this was very easy to dab on. It is creamy, but it's lightweight. There's definitely a nice kind of silky vibe about this foundation, so it glides on nicely on top of pretty much any prep that I had, whether it's a moisturizer. I rarely use primer. A sponge was my best friend. I found it to work really well besides my hands or the kabuki brush, so a little bit does go a long way here, which is great for value, seeing as how it's a $42 foundation. The shade match I found to be a little bit tricky for me. I ended up going with light medium neutral 200. It skewed a little yellow for what I like on coverage, but I was able to sheer it out over a moisturizer or a tinted SPF or something like that. Overall application was really simple. I rate each one of these things that I want to talk about on my scorecard. That's why there's 5 of them. It's all aligned with the Style Shaker scorecard. 1 out of 5, 5 is the best. This got a 5 out of 5. Coverage. Really short and sweet here. It did a fantastic job with coverage. I was very impressed by the coverage. I saw light to medium coverage. 1 application with the sponge, and I'm sure if I didn't use the sponge, I would see even stronger application because it does lift some of the product up. 1 application on top of moisturized skin, beautiful coverage. I could build it up to a stronger medium coverage. And it didn't glow too much or it didn't look too dewy, but I'm going to talk about finish in a second. If I did need something stronger, specifically to spot treat somewhere on my face, maybe there was something just not looking cute, I would take a little bit and I would press it in, and that worked fine. It also melted in nicely with my finger when I was spot treating, so just another perk when it comes to coverage. Overall, it received a 4 out of 5 on the scorecard there. It was really close to a 5, but it was a 4. All right, finish. So how does it actually look once it's on the skin? I like to give it a minute to settle in, mix with the skin's natural oils, and it melted in pretty nicely. The sponge over a moisturizer, how many times can I say it? It really was a good combination for my skin. There is a glow and dew factor here. So I'm not saying it's high dew. I think that sounds weird. It's not super dewy, but if you're trying to avoid that and you want to build something for more coverage, you could find yourself in tricky territory there, because it does give more of a glow. The touch test here, so as I touched my face, it was a little bit tacky, not heavily tacky. For finish, it received a 4 out of 5. I thought it looked really natural. I thought skin looked like skin. It just looked dewier. And finally, the wear test. Coverage, really solid. Very, very strong. I do 8-hour wear tests. For finish, that's where it lost me a little bit. I saw a little gathering, I saw a little separating, not so much texture and like that feathering that happens, but a little separation by the end of the day, which I wasn't super pleased with. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. I think the more I work with it, the more I'll figure it out. Other thing about the wear test was that glow and that dewiness that I talked about. By the end of the day, I compared this against the Fit Glow foundation. I wanted to do a battle, so that video is gonna come up very soon. But I like to see, it's like the perfect way to tell which one's better, because I liked both of them a lot. By the end of the day, the KOSAS did not look as fresh, and that is because of the dewiness, the shine. It just looked a little not so fresh. That's really the only phrase I can think of. A light powder would absolutely help that. I have an SPF powder from Jane Iredale. I applied it, it was fine, but it needed that. So overall for wear test, I gave it a 3 out of 5 on the scorecard. Which brings me to the final score, 16 out of 20, and of course the final verdict. Is this product gonna make it onto Britt's picks? Out of hundreds of products that I've tried, those are my absolute favorites that I would try again and again and recommend again and again. Links to that and everything else will be below. So is it gonna beat out some of my other favorite foundations on there? Well, one I think is gonna be discontinued, which is very depressing, but we'll see. I'm not exactly sure. I really like this foundation. I really liked it a lot. I'd need to check out a different shade if I wanted to make it into Britt's picks. I also feel like that wear test, I haven't mastered that yet. And I find that this makes my cheeks a little hot, which is a reaction. I looked through the ingredients list. It's actually the perfect example of ingredients looking good. They're hypoallergenic, dermatologist tested. I don't know if this is, but I know they talk about sensitive skin and acne prone skin. It just kind of, I can feel, I have it on now. I have other things on, by the way, it's not just this foundation. So I'm testing like 5 different things on my face, which is totally normal. But I feel a little bit warm. And so I kept testing it, but yeah, I think it's reacting with the squalane or squalane. I think we'll say squalane. I don't know, whatever. Very, very personal, but that also might mean it's not gonna make the list. Overall though, this received a ton of hype, a ton of buzz, sent to a lot of editors, and people were like, this is changing my life. It's visibly brightening and plumping and all the rest of it. Like I mentioned, did I see those things? Did I see that skincare shine through? No, I didn't. I personally like skincare to be skincare and makeup to be makeup because then I can control what I'm applying on my face. I completely understand why people would want it in there, the added benefits, but I don't. I just don't. Even if it is in there and I've been using it for 2 weeks, I don't see visibly brighter. I don't see plumping. I'm not seeing it. I'm just personally not seeing it. So that's my opinion. That's what the scorecard says. What do you think about this foundation? People are loving it. So let me know in the comments below whether you agree with the hype, if you've tried it, if you're gonna try it, all the things. If you found this review helpful, don't forget to take 2 seconds, hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you wanna be the first to see all of the newest and latest reviews over here. And I will see you right back here real soon. Until then, bye.